All right, Wednesday, October 4th. So lots of lines on the chart today. These yellow lines are all daily lines. This white line is a daily pivot as well as a daily line. So I'm going to look in this area for a rejection play. We have an imbalance fill all the way up from current price action all the way to 425.40. And then we have some daily pivots up here, which are marked by these blue lines. So lots of daily lines and daily pivots sandwiched in this area right here. So we might chop around this area for a while. I'm just going to be watching the volume profile to see how price action reacts off of these levels. And if we complete this imbalance fill up to 425.39, I'm going to be looking for a rejection at the top of this imbalance or a rejection here or here. So again, I'm just going to be looking for that reaction off of these levels, a lower high to form with volume to come in for possible puts. And then we'll see if we can get some good entries off of these levels today. So that's what I'm looking at. Again, lots of daily lines sandwiched in this area, so we may just chop around this area for a while today before we make a move out of this area to possibly fill this imbalance or continue this move down. As we zoom out to the 4-hour chart, you will see that we are still on this pretty horrendous downtrend for the past few weeks. Lots of imbalance fills up here, but we haven't even made an attempt to fill these in quite a while now. So big downtrend on the 4-hour chart. So going to continue to look for these short plays as we come up into these levels and then possibly reject off of these levels. So the market is open. Did have a slight gap down here, but obviously it's closed that gap since 4 a.m. So like I said before, it may chop around these daily lines and these daily pivots for the first maybe 30 minutes to an hour of the market, unfortunately. When we have a lot of these daily lines and pivots sandwiched in close proximity of each other, it tends to chop around these levels for a while. It tends to pick up liquidity at these levels, and then it makes its move either up or down. Hopefully it makes its move up to fill this imbalance, and we can get a nice reaction off of one of these lines up here. So going to be holding fast, going to be watching this for a while, being patient, and seeing what the market does for the first 30 minutes or so. So coming into this first daily pivot I have marked off on the chart at 423. Going to be looking for a reaction there. Go ahead and drop down to the 15-second chart here. So a nice little rejection off of it so far. Just looking at the volume. Like I said, big imbalance fill right above here. So, all right, good. We're breaking out of that daily pivot, which I thought it might. Thinking there's lots of liquidity up here. We zoom out to the 15-minute. We'll just see how much there is. So zooming out to the 15-minute here, you can see where the volume nodes are. Lots of volume was conducted down here yesterday. But look at this right up here. So 427, huge volume node. This happens to be the POC for the last few trading days. Big imbalance fill here, daily line, daily pivot. Lots of stuff going on up here at these levels. So if this daily pivot can't hold, if we break above it and retest it, make the next move higher, I'm thinking this POC up here might eventually get tested either today or sometime tomorrow. So nice rejection off of this bottom of the imbalance here. Picked up some liquidity here right at the bottom of this imbalance, and as you can see, we are trading back below this daily pivot. So nice sell-off happening right now. The reason I didn't enter here, well, not yet, is because we didn't form that lower high. So the lower high to me is the key for good entries, because not only does it give you a defined entry, it gives you a defined stop as well. So if this would have pushed up here, maybe consolidated here for a minute, formed a lower high, that would have been the entry as well as the stop. So really easy to know where to stop out. And that's one of the things that's most difficult about day trading, is when you get into a trade and it goes against you, the question becomes, where do you stop out? Should I just, hope that it maybe rejects again, forms a double top, comes back down? Or should I just maybe hold it and then just trust that the trade will work out? Well, in the past, that hasn't worked for me. So these lower highs that form these defined entries and stops is what works best for me, because there's no guesswork involved. So nice liquidity grab down here, this volume node that was put in at the very open of the market today. So the question is now that this liquidity has been filled down here, Are we going to make a move up to fill more liquidity up here in this imbalance? Or are we going to continue this big downtrend that we've had on the 4-hour chart for the last several weeks? Alright, so this is very interesting here. So this liquidity grab down here at this volume node happened, and then price action just basically cut through all this volume right here, came all the way back up here, and basically double topped at this volume node. So it's very interesting that that happened because historically, just during today, we've had lots of consolidation in these areas. But as you can see, the more orders that are being filled, the less standing orders there are, and the quicker this price action cuts through these volume nodes. So now that we're coming back up here to this daily pivot, I am going to be looking for a lower high to form here. If we do reject off of this line again, I'm going to be looking to take a short entry. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here today. We did have some nice rejections off of these lines, just not quite the entries I was looking for. So the first entry I was looking for was a rejection off of this daily pivot. And as you can see, we came up here, rejected off of it, but cut right through it, came up here to this imbalance. Didn't really give me any entries as far as lower highs, just kind of hit the imbalance and just sold off. So no entry there. Next thing I was looking at is a retest of some of these volume nodes. We did have a couple of bounces, or at least one bounce off of this daily line right here, and came down, swept through that, came back up here to this level, double topped at this level and sold off. But like I said, not really the entries I was looking for. I am pretty particular when it comes to my entries because I do like that defined entry and stop at this all at the same time, and that didn't really happen for me today. Hopefully we can come back tomorrow and some of these lines and these imbalances and levels that I have marked off the chart will hold up, and we can have some better entries form at these levels. So again, I'm going to go ahead and call it today. No trades, so didn't lose or win anything. And we will come back tomorrow and we'll do it all over again. Let me know if you have any questions about the strategy in the comments below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoy the content. Consider subscribing, and as always, we'll see you next time.